Hello, this is Kasey, and this is Body School with Kasey. Rose, that's me. All right, so today I want to talk about feet, and really we are going to talk about maybe to our feet, and actually we are going to listen to what our feet are telling us. So what I want you to do is stand up. I'm just going to put this on my feet. I want you to stand up and just kind of walk in place, close your eyes, don't really pay attention to what your feet are doing. And with your eyes closed, not looking, I want you to stop and just put your feet as they land. And then I want you to look down at your feet and notice how they are oriented. So I have always had my right foot turn out a little bit. That's been it used to be further, now it's just a little bit out. And that feels like balance to me, or neutral. And then I also notice, so I want you to notice how your feet are oriented. And then if you keep your eyes closed and don't move at all, just feel your feet, feel into your feet, and notice as though you were standing on a soft surface, maybe like a gymnastics cushion, a gymnastics mat or something, where your foot would be pressuring the most, where your weight is. And I'll just tell you what I notice on myself and what I notice on a lot of people is a lot of us don't have very much pressure on the outside of our feet. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to adjust this. There we go. So we don't have very much pressure on the outside of our feet. Most of the pressure is in, and then very often we have pressure into the ball, underneath the ball of our foot, and then we also have pressure into this, right? A lot of us have this rolled in pressure on our feet. And also a lot of us have pressure into our toes. So we're going to talk about how we put all this pressure into our feet and how the feet respond, but also how we can balance that. We can back that off a little bit. So the first step is we're going to orient our feet straight ahead. I'm going to move my camera again. I might get old for you guys, but okay, so I'm using this line of my concrete, and I'm going to put the outside edge of my foot on that line. All right, there we go. All right, so the outside edge of my foot on this line to straighten it up. And I'm going to use this little nub behind my pinky toe. So if you look at the top of you can see it pretty good there. So here's my pinky toe, and I have this little outer nub. I'm going to use that as one of the points. And then I'm going to put the edge pretty straight along there. There may be some curve or whatever, but they're straight. And then if I stand on that, I can feel like I still have, you can see my ankle and my arch, right? You see how my arch collapses there. So I'm going to use my ankle bone, this malleolus. I'm going to pull that out so it's right on that line as well. So if you stand, and then I'm going to take my yoga strap here and make another line, and I'm going to put, again, my nub, the straight edge of my foot, and then this foot, I've had an ACL replaced, so a whole rebuild here, and it really rolls in. So you can see how I can put the outer edge of my foot straight, but my foot still has this big collapse. I don't have any arch. So I'm going to pull that ankle bone out to that edge. And then as I do that, you can see with my knees, and actually I'm going to bare my knees here, my knobby knees. I'm going to show you, see how my knees here, they're turned, like if I had headlights here, they would cross, like there's this big internal roll with my knees, and the beam would cross as it goes out. But I want to pull that so that the beam is straight out from there. And I do that by pulling my ankles out. But what's interesting, so I want you to do this for a while, just kind of stand here, turning your knees. And I'm not pulling them apart, I'm actually turning them. And you can see if my hands are on my femurs. My femurs are turned in here. I'm really knock-kneed. I'm turning my femurs straight, right? So as I turn those femurs straight, and if you do this for a while, you might feel up in here, up in your glutes here, in your deep hips. I want you to keep working at it as we do this. All right, I'm gonna keep working at it. I'm gonna tip this up. And so if you put your hands, I call it the pocket, right? The pocket in the side glute here, and you put your hands there, and as you roll those knees out, I can feel that muscle up here working. And so what's so interesting, you guys, is that you are creating arches from your glute, from your gluteus medius precisely, right? So your hips have, your hip strength, your hip use has everything to do with your foot strength and your arch support. So what we've come to believe is that we need orthotics, that we need stiff shoes, we need arch support, we need to buy all these things to support our feet. But really, it's just like Dorothy, right? Or Glenda the Good Witch told Dorothy, and like, you had it with you all along. So give this a try. You can stand in the shower and do it. You can stand at the sink and do it. You can stand in line at the grocery store and build those arches. And let me know how that feels for you. It'll feel really pigeon-toed at first, but give it a try just standing, and we'll see how it translates to walking. All right, bye-bye.